I weigh 229 pounds.
I'm always on Dominique's back to lose weight because I'm afraid she's going to spin out of control.
My mother is always mean to me and constantly making comments about my weight.
It hurts me to see you getting bigger and bigger, Dom.
But it makes me stressed out when you say that stuff to me.
I think she should lose about 80 pounds.
She always tells me that I'm gaining weight and I shouldn't be doing that. She's always picking on me.
She needs that little push. I feel like I have to keep on her.
She's always questioning my every move when it comes to food.
I'll go up and check her room and I'll find a soda can, candy wrappers, because she sneaks food so I won't see her.
It's easier to hide the food than to confront her about it. About a year ago, my mother and I got into an argument.
Our fight got really bad.
She called me a fat ass.
Told her to get up off her fat ass and do something. I can't remember exactly what I said. I called you a fat ass once.
It still sticks in my mind every day. That's why I have breakdowns all the time. My mother called me a fat ass because of the way I was wearing my clothes. They were too tight.
If her fat rolls are showing, I will tell her about it so people aren't making fun of her.
I never thought my mother would ever say something like that to me, and she did. I'll never be able to forgive her.
Your mother, in the heat of the moment, was upset and said this to you one time.
Yes.
Right? And you've said, I can never forgive her, and I just can't get over it.
Right.
And how do you feel about that? Think that's a bit of an overreaction on her part?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think I feel just as bad as she does, because after I said it, I realized what I said, and I didn't know it hurt as bad.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's not what bothers me about this dynamic, really. There's a lot that bothers me about this dynamic, because you two have defined this in a way that you blame her for your weight, right?
Yes.
I mean, just head up, forget that comment. You blame her for your being overweight, right?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Why?
When I was younger, I would always cry like 10 minutes after dinner. Instead of her letting me cry, she'd give in and give me food. So I developed bad eating habits now, and I always want food.
Uh-huh. So when you were young, you would cry and she would give you food?
Yes.
True?
Yes.
Why'd you do that?
Because I felt like I was compensating for her father, not being around for her. So I just gave in to her and gave her what she wanted.
And how old is she in this picture?
Probably about 5, 6, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. And when she was this age, she was weighing how much?
Oh, probably close to around 150 or something.
150 pounds?
Something like that.
At 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who was buying the food?
Me.
Who was preparing the food?
Me.
Who was presenting the food?
Me.
But you were doing that out of guilt. You were doing that to make yourself feel better.
I guess.
You said, I didn't want to hear her cry. I felt bad that her dad was gone. And so if I gave her food, she was happy in the moment.
Yes.
And so then I felt okay.
Yes.
So basically, you were doing that to make her feel better. And that made you feel better.
Yes. And I know I got her in this predicament, and I'm trying to get her out of it.
Yeah. And you want to get her out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so now, you belittle her for being overweight. What's she going to turn to when she feels badly? You've taught her the remedy is food, right?
Right.
Do you comfort yourself with food?
Yes, I do.
Do you companion yourself with food?
Yes, I do.